What's up, guys? It's GhostKiller619 back again with yet another YouTube video. But this time, as you can see, this is not Supercard. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And I have been playing this ever since it came out because I honestly have loved Yu-Gi-Oh! For a long time. And I've never really watched the show much. I'm trying to work on that, but I really do like just fully immersing myself into this game. Oh, I got a gem. But today I'm going to be going through and doing a little bit of gameplay, showing you basically my main deck and how it works and this, that, and the other thing. But first, before I do that, I want to talk about this right here. The first event that I will be covering is the Bone Spooky Zombie Party. Honestly, it's not really that fun compared to the other ones. As you can see, I do have 970 out of 3,700, which I plan on getting this Bones exclusive character right here. As you can see right here. But, I do plan on getting him. May not be on video, but if I do get him, I will cover that and try to make a deck out of it. Leave a comment down below if there's any specific character you would like me to use, or any specific cards that you would want me to go over. But yeah, so this one's pretty much going to be the same as my WWE Supercard videos. I'll probably do 2 or 3 episodes a week. May do daily content depending on how I feel. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right on in. So real quick, I do use Joey Wheeler as my main character. I use his special ability here for Field of Warriors. So I'll go ahead and read the Field of Warriors thing here. Begin duel with the field spell Sojin activated. And if you're not familiar with the Sojin card, it boosts the attack and defense. Or I think it's just attack. I'm not sure. I'd have to... but it boosts the attack stats of each warrior and beast warrior cards by 200 attack points. Which, as you can see here, I run a... warrior and beast warrior kind of deck. Boxer's kind of thrown in here. I really like Boxer, and let me read you why. The effect of this card is when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can place 1 counter on this card. You can send this card with 2 or more counters to the graveyard. Special summon 1 earth monster from your deck. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove 1 counter from this card instead. So, 2 things here. Basically, the more you destroy monsters, the better this card is, because of 2 reasons. 1, you can do the first effect, which is you can send this card with 2 or more counters to the graveyard, special summon 1 earth monster from your deck, which is exactly how I get Battle Guard King onto the field to begin with. And the other one being that for each spell counter you put on a card is 1 more life, or 1 more turn rather, that Boxer can stay on the field. But yeah, I really do like this deck. I do need to quickly put some different things in it. I did alter the deck for the past Yami Merrick farm that I did, which is exactly why I use Spell of Pain. And the real reason I'd use Spell of Pain, honestly, is to kind of counteract things that would end up hurting me, like cards like Blast Held by a Tribute, or anything referring to like a lava golem deck that basically runs cards like Mask of Weakness and Lava Golem themselves, because their intended purpose is to keep one monster on your side of the field that essentially hurts you in the long run. But with that being said, I'm just gonna... Oh shoot, I don't know why I did that. I meant to go in and put some more cards in here. I don't usually run a 20 card deck. I don't really like it because it's easier to deck out that way. Plus, this gives me, even though it's harder to play off of strategy, it gives me a lot more diversification, essentially, off of all this other stuff that's in here. But, yeah, so I'm just going to quickly go through. I'm looking through right now, trying to see what I might want to put in here. Once per turn, if this card battles an opponent's monster during the damage calculation needed by his turn, you can send one be from your hand or deck to the graveyard. This card needs attack equal to the sent monster's level times 100 until the end of the battle phase. Oh, that might actually be a really good card. So let me go ahead and throw Centaur in here. Usually more monsters than I like to run, but it seems like it's a really good card to keep, especially when you're in a pinch or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep that one in there. And I need one more card. I'm actually going to go through, I'm going to add one more thing here to my back row that can kind of help me out. Question is, what do I put in here? I already have one Blistering Winds. I don't want to put in another one. I don't really know what else to put in here. I really don't know what else to put in this deck. Let's just go ahead and throw a Gravedigger Ghoul in there, just in case we do encounter some things where people rely on their graveyard for their resources. But real quick, we're just going to go ahead and do this one game, because I did just get an alert that Bones is in Duel World. So, here he is. So we're going to go ahead and fight Bones. Raving Cemetery level 30. So this is a level 30 deck. And what I want to quickly go over is that, honestly, I want to get Bones because running his deck is honestly one of my favorite things to do, because I love how well his deck meshes together. If you didn't see when I was going through my cards, I really love this card, the Castle of Dark Illusions. It's really cool. It kind of confuses your opponent right off the bat, because usually most people are looking for an econ or a wall disruption or maybe a mirror wall, man-eater bug, stuff like that. But what they're not really usually ready for is Castle of Dark Illusions type monsters that basically rely off their defense, which, if you don't know, the flip effect of this card is increase the attack and defense of all zombie-type monsters by 200 points as long as this card remains face-up on the field. The attack and defense of zombie monsters continues to increase by 200 points during each of your standby phases. This effect continues until your 4th turn after the card is activated. So essentially, don't get confused. After your 4th turn, it's not... Castle of Dark Illusions does not get destroyed. All it does is basically says that it'll keep boosting the stats of zombie-type monsters by 200 points in each stat until the 4th turn. So once you reach the 4th turn, the card will not destroy. It'll basically just stop boosting the monsters, because if you keep boosting the monsters, eventually it's going to get a little bit ridiculous. Ryu Koki is probably my least out of everything in this deck, but it does have a good effect. which is at the end of the damage step. If this card battled a warrior or spellcaster type monster, destroy that monster. So essentially, this is good to run against anybody who's essentially running a Yami Yugi deck, which is basically anything pertaining to spellcasters. It is sort of an easy way to counteract the balance of a Silent Magician deck, which is a level deck, because essentially everybody knows that once a Silent Magician is up there, the game's over, because you can't really go at it with any spells or traps. I do not know if it goes off of card effect though, so this may not work, but you could essentially run a Ryu Kogi and commit suicide with it, which would then destroy that spellcaster type monster. This right here is honestly what makes the deck so good, is Pumpkin the King of Ghosts. Now, listen to this effect as I read it, because this effect is probably one of the most OP combinations between two monsters I've ever seen. So, it is a zombie type monster, 1800 attack, 2000 defense. And the effect reads this: if Castle of Dark Illusions is faced up on the field, increase the attack and defense of this card by 100 points. As long as this Castle of Dark Illusions remains faced up on the field, the attack and defense of this card continues to increase by 100 points during each of your standby phases. This effect continues until your 4th turn after this card is activated. So essentially, it gets boosted off of Castle of Dark Illusions, not only off of the fact that Castle of Dark Illusions gives it 200 attack and defense each go around, but also Pumpkin gets his own boost of 100 in each stat if Castle of Dark Illusions is face up on the field. So I will definitely in the coming days be running some sort of deck that pertains to this. If I don't get the bones, I'll probably run it through with like a Yami Merrick or something along those lines. But I will have that content for you. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead. Lord, I need to get a drink. My mouth's dry. So let's go ahead. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and get right on into this duel here. I am really happy that I can finally bring this content to you guys. This is coming right after my supercard video, essentially. I did drop that one at like 1 or 2 in the morning this morning. And then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up, did some chores around the house, and then I came back in here. So let's go ahead, activate this Field of Warriors, get that running here. And not really a bad opening hand. If you are running a Beast Warrior to Warrior deck, it is pretty good to get Enraged Battle Ox on your first turn. It's even better that he has the first turn here. So let's go ahead and see what he's going to do. Okay, so he has no backfield, but he is running a Goblin Zombie, which doesn't really mean much except for the fact that if you destroy it, it'll just basically come right back out, because the effect of it is like if you destroy it and send it to the graveyard, he can just get another one straight out of his deck. But with being said, I'm gonna go ahead and set Rising Energy here, and then I'm gonna put down Rhinotaurus. And we're just going to go ahead and knock this card out. And see, now he's going to activate his effect. And, oh, actually he brings up Pump Princess, the Princess of Ghosts. Huh. That's unusual. Usually when I play him, he usually just gets another Goblin Zombie. But that's fine. We'll just go ahead and end it. So yeah, the Sojin boost really helps, because it automatically puts me to 2,000 beaters, usually on essentially every card I have. That's not really going to be necessary here. Oh, this card is really good. All warrior type monsters you control gain 200 attack for each warrior or spellcaster type monster you control. And since I run warrior cards, it's really good. But I'm not going to do it here, mostly because I want to put battle locks in and shave some of this some of his life points off. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Rising Energy here. My play is basically that it rage battle locks whenever you attack with them. Here you go. If a beast warrior, or winged beast type monster you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So essentially, if you attack with anybody while battle locks is on the field, it'll essentially knock them clean out. And we're just going to go ahead and hope that he has no defense on this monster whatsoever, so we can go ahead and knock him out. Which he has a little bit. Oh, I don't like when he activates this card, because this card essentially decks him out mostly, and it puts more Skull Servants in his deck, because for every Skull Servant he has, he can boost his King of Skull Servants up. But it's not going to matter. We're going to go ahead and take this quick W against Bones. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. We go ahead and beat Bones here. Not exactly the hardest duel I've done. Quite honestly, one day. Ooh, and here we go. We got another Ryu Koki. Now, I do already have I believe, one copy of Ryu Koki, but it's always good to run another one. Super unexpected that I get a super rare right here on this video. But cool all the same. Let's see if we boost up anymore. Yep, we're almost there. Trying to get to this Bones exclusive character. So yeah, that's essentially what's gonna go down in this video. Just for more content, I'll go ahead and I'll play 3 PvP arena duels. I'm gonna get into contact with my good friend Gaming King 08 and see, because for a while now I've been wanting to do a duel series, maybe like a best of 7 series. We've done it before, just off camera. It was really fun, but I'm gonna see if he wants to do a collab video, and if he does, go ahead and show Gaming King 08 some love.